Welcome to the Accessing GovConnectIowa series. This tutorial covers the process of registering a new business. Please note that the appearance of your pages in this tutorial may look different due to system updates. Once you have signed up for GovConnectIowa, you can register a new business. Be sure to check out our tutorial on how to get signed up for more information. To get started, enter your credentials and click Login. I will enter my information now. After you complete your two-step verification, you'll arrive at your profile page. There are two options to register a new business. If you have not yet connected to an account when you signed up, you will select Register a New Business from the Get Started panel. If you are connected to accounts, you will select the I Want to tab. Use the filter to narrow your search, like Register a, and this will narrow the I Want to panels down to only the actions that include the filtered keywords. Here within Registration and Licensing, I will select Register a New Business. Read through the information in both the Requirements panel and the panel for what you need to register a business. Once you are ready to continue, click Next. Begin by selecting your access type for this new business being registered. To learn more about these access types, click the Help hyperlink. This will provide you with a more thorough definition of each access type. For this demonstration, I will select full access as a business owner of my business. I will now click Next. Next, select your business type from the drop-down menu. My business is a corporation. Depending on your selection, you may need to select a business subtype. My business subtype is a public corporation. Next, we need to select a North American Industry Classification System code. The department requires this code for all business registrations. Begin by clicking the Search NAICS code button. Begin by entering a keyword that would describe your business and then click Search. I have completed this with the word convenience. I can see the list of results to the right. I can scroll through the entire list if needed. I can also modify my search at any time by changing the keywords in the text box. However, I see the option I am looking for: gasoline stations with convenience stores. To add this NAICS code, simply click the code hyperlink. Read through the description of the chosen code. If you agree, select Yes. If you need to find a different code, click No and change your parameters. This is the correct code for my new business, so I will click Yes. With my business type selected and my NAICS code selected, I am ready to continue. I will click Next. Next, provide the legal business name of this business you are registering. If necessary, enter the Doing Business As, or DBA, name as well. My names are added. I will now click Next. Next, enter your federal employer identification number for your business. If you do not have an FEIN, click No. And then answer whether or not you have applied for an FEIN with the Internal Revenue Service. You must answer Yes to continue. If you attempt to respond with No, you will receive a warning message informing you that you must apply for an FEIN before continuing with this application. For this demonstration, I will select that Yes, I have an FEIN, and I will then enter that number. I will now click Next. Next, answer whether this business is registered with the Secretary of State's office. Then, enter your business number from the Secretary of State. If you are unsure what your business number is, click the Look Up Your Business Number on the Secretary of State website hyperlink, and use the Business Entities search site to locate your business number. I know my number, so I will return to my registration and enter the number. My number is entered. I will now click Next to continue. Time to enter my business headquarters address. If your business does not have a headquarters address, enter the primary business location. If there is a different mailing address used for correspondences, you will be able to add it on the next screen. I will begin by entering the street in the text field. I have completed the rest of the address and will now click the Verify Address button. This is a requirement. All addresses must be verified with the United States Postal Service's database. You may need to select from a list of potential verified addresses. I will select the top version and will click Save to use that address. All right, the address is entered and verified. I will now click Next. Adding registration contacts is entirely optional. This individual can be contacted by the department if there are any questions regarding the registration form. The contact or contacts listed below are not authorized to act on behalf of your business for any other matters, and the department will not disclose tax information to a registration contact unless additional authorization has been submitted. I will enter my registration contact below. And I will now click Next. Next, enter your officer information. This is a person who, directly or indirectly, has an interest of 10% or more in the ownership or profits of the business, or a person who, directly or indirectly, owns or controls 10% or more of any class of the business's stock. You will also need to provide the ownership information of each of the officers, directors, and partners of the business. You can add officers by clicking the Add Owner/Company Information hyperlink. Select the officer type from the drop-down menu. I will be adding an owner. Once your officer type has been selected, enter the individual officer information below. All fields with a red asterisk are required. Continue entering the required information. Pay close attention to this most critical question. Does this person have the authority to receive confidential information about the entity and to act on behalf of the entity? If they do, select Yes. If this person does not have this authority, they will not be able to act on behalf of your company unless additional authorization is entered at a later time. See the Adding and Managing Third Parties tutorial for more. I will continue adding the information for this owner. Finally, enter and verify the address information for this officer. I will do so now, followed by clicking Add. If you have additional owners to add, click the Add Owner/Company Information hyperlink. If you would like to add additional authorized individuals who are not officers, click Yes under the Additional Authorized Individuals section and click Next. I have selected Yes and will now click Next. Now click the Add Authorized Individual hyperlink. These fields are very similar to the officer field seen previously, including the critical, does this person have the authority to receive confidential information about the entity and to act on behalf of the entity question? And, as previously seen, you must select Yes in order for this person to receive confidential information about and act on behalf of this entity. I will enter the information for my authorized individual. Now that the information is entered, I will click Add. I do not need to add any other authorized individuals, so I will click Next. We can select multiple permits and license types to go along with this new business application. There are many options from which you can choose, and each option has its own description. Be sure to select the correct options. For instance, in order to select a lottery or alcohol license, you must also have a sales and use tax account. I have now made all my selections and am ready to move forward. Depending on your selections, you may need to answer permit or license-specific questions. Shown here are the questions for my selection of a sales and use tax permit. And depending on additional selections, you may need to answer more questions. Some pages may include panels with additional questions, and panels with information that may change depending on the answers provided. For instance, watch what happens to the Your Required Filing Frequency panel when I make changes in the Sales and Use Tax Filing Options panel. This frequency changed from seasonal filing to file and pay monthly because of the answers I provided. Then, simply answer questions and follow prompts based on your chosen permit and license types as you continue through this process. To shorten this demonstration, we will jump to the review after having completed all questions for our chosen types. Once you have entered all information, review what you have entered. If you have selected an alcohol, retail tobacco, or lottery permit or license, you are not done yet. You will have additional steps to complete.